Welcome, bitches and cunts. Had to reset it, baby. Oh my god. So I got to chapter, yeah, I got through chapter 10, so I'm at 11. This will be part 2 of the saga. How are you doing? Have you had a good night? Oh my goodness. I'm probably gonna get through, chapter 17 today, so. I'm just chilling as well. I'm watching basketball in the background. I'm gonna stand up so I can enunciate. I got a really busy week at work coming, so I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this eventually. Your life is good as fuck. That's good to hear, dude. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's what we like. That's what we like. All right. Chapter 11, Tails and Cream. That baby is Espio's, said Tails. Tails, being smart, was right. Knuckles had done an Einstein, I think, body donation and became Espio and Rouge's baby, but was still Knuckles. Rouge picked the baby up and held him in her other arm because her baby with Knuckles before he became a baby was in her other arm. This is so bad. Now you have two babies to look after, said Tails. Good luck! Sonic was on the other side of the hall and wished that Tails was talking to him, but Tails was still mad at him, so he was not. Rouge grabbed her two babies and had them both eat from her terrific boobies. She smiled and felt like a mother, and Sonic thought. That's the end of the sentence. Sonic said what he was thinking and said, Rouge, you should name your babies. It will be hard to tell them apart if you do not. Rouge thought that this thought was good. Rouge went over to Espio, who was sitting on the ground and looking bad and tired from fighting Knuckles before he became Espio's baby. Hey, Espio! What should we name a baby that looks like you? Said Rouge to Espio. It is still Knuckles, according to Tails, so we should keep his name Knuckles! I think that was the voice I gave Espio. Just like a drunken Irishman or drunken Scottish man. Said Espio to Rouge. Okay, said Rouge, and I will name my baby Knuckles before he became a baby Knuckles Jr., because I had him with Knuckles before he became a baby, and he looks like Knuckles before he became a baby! Rouge was happy and walked out of the hall, and then out of the school like a bat, and then Espio did the same thing, but in a way that a chameleon would. There's one thing that everyone is forgetting, said Sonic. Charmy B is still locked up at Knuckles' house. I will go rescue him. Sonic ran out of the school into Knuckles' house. Sonic ran into Knuckles' mom on his way to his room in his house. Knuckles' mom, said Sonic. Some things have happened and Knuckles looks different. It will be okay and you will understand soon enough. Please do not worry. Sonic said this in such a way that Knuckles' mom smiled and kept cooking in the kitchen. Sonic was not just fast, but he was also very good at relieving people. Sonic also noticed that Knuckles' mom was kind of hot, with solid boobs that she had developed for decades. Sonic went upstairs to Knuckles' room, which was painted all red, just like Knuckles before he became a baby. There was a cage in the corner of the room, and Charmy Bee was in it. Sonic unlocked the... I don't want to do Charmy Bee's voice. Sonic unlocked the cage with the key on Knuckles' desk and opened the cage. Come on out, Charmy Bee, said Sonic. You are rescued! Charmy Bee walked out instead of flying out like he always does and said, what should I do? What voice? What voice? Um, uh, uh, I'm shriveling up. I don't know what to do. Thanks. So, is Charmy Bee a girl or a boy? Hold on. Charmy Bee gender. Charmy Bee is an anthropomorphic black and yellow bumblebee. Okay. It looks like a guy, kind of. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Charmy walked out instead of flying out like he always does and said, Thanks, Sonic. I'm going to go home and prepare for my role in the play that is soon. I am the lead role. Sonic forgot about the play because the play was the gayest thing in the school, but it was going to happen even if no one went to watch it. The next day of school happened and Tails was in class with Cream. It was a very difficult science class because Tails was the smartest person in the school and he took only the hardest classes. Cream was in the class because she wanted to be mentally challenged. Well, they got that right. She definitely is mentally challenged. That's what it says. Uh, okay. We have a test in this class tomorrow, said Tails to Cream. It is going to be hard, and I have to study for it to make sure I get a good grade. Tails always got good grades, but studied anyway. Tails looked at Cream, who was there. Me too, said Cream to Tails. I know. I have an idea. Why don't you come over to my house tonight? We can study. Studying with you will help me get a better grade. I just know it. This idea was the best thing ever to Tails. Tails secretly had a crush on Cream and wanted to feel the body of his sexy friend, always, even though she was Charmy Bee's girlfriend. Cream was different kind of sexy that was really only sexy to some people, but Tails was one of them. Okay, said Tails, sounding more excited than he wanted to. I will come to your house tonight. Tails was very smart, but he was not the best at getting with teenage women. So parts of of life like this were a challenge to Tails. It was now the evening, and Tails was getting ready to go to Cream's house. Tails was getting excited to get closer to Cream, but he was also nervous he might mess it up like a love idiot. He thought about asking Sonic, but then remembered he is pissed at him. Then he thought about asking Espio, but Espio was at the hospital getting all of his wounds fixed from being in a fight with Knuckles before he became a baby. Tails wanted to seem like a sexy man to Cream, so he sprayed his dad's colon on himself and put breath wash in his mouth. Tails smelled good and looked good and went to Cream's house by flying. I am waiting for Tails, said Cream as she sat on her bed in her bedroom said Cream as she sat on her bed in her bedroom studying without Tails. God, that's a terrible sentence. Tails flew into the window. Hi, Cream. I am at your house now, said Tails. Tails sat on her bed, sort of next to her, but not too close to promote sex thoughts. Let's study, said Tails. Wow, before we study, you smell good, Tails! Cream put her face right up against Tails and smelled hard like the big bad wolf before blowing a house down. Tails and Cream studied for the test for the next hour, and the whole time Tails could only concentrate on one thing, his growing erection. With an N. His growing erection. Tails touched it sometimes while they were studying to make sure it stayed put, and Cream couldn't see it. But it was getting so big that it would pop out of place like when the straw in your soda rises up probably because of the bubbles. And you push it back down, but it just comes back up anyway, so you get an iced tea instead. Tails was still the most nervous, but he decided that this was his chance. He would not get another chance as good as this if he did not take it now. Cream, I have to tell you something, screamed Tails to Cream, letting out all of his nervousness so he could be smooth like a movie star. What is it, Tails? Tell me all about it, said Cream, back, looking hot. Tails was not so nervous anymore. Tails said, Cream, I have lusted over after your rabbit genitals since day one. I think you are the hottest woman I have ever been to. I know you are Charmy's girlfriend, but toss him aside and let my penis murder everything inside of you. Tails took out his penis, and he was so in love that his penis was literally screaming. Wow, said Cream. I did not know you felt this way, but I am glad you do, because Charmy B is a total gay. Cream reached over and grabbed Tails' penis and began to give it a good shake. She loved his boner with her hands and pulled him around the room by his penis like he was a wagon to get him more excited. Tails' penis was so big that it was about to burst, like someone stepping on a tube of Colgate toothpaste. Tails could feel the semen bubbling up. Bubbling up inside his Wait, what? Tails can feel. Oh my god. Tails could feel the semen bubbling up inside his penis like Santa, going back up the chimney when he was done. And the presents he had left down in the house were Tails' balls. And were already there, though. Cream was getting hot, too, but she did not take off her clothes, but Tails could tell she also had an erection. What? She did not take off her clothes, but Tails could tell she also had an erection. That's what it says. That's what it says. I don't know what's going on. But then, just when things were becoming like one of the porns that Sonic had in his room and his mom let him have, Cream stopped and said, "No, I cannot do this. Not while I am still boyfriend and girlfriend with Chummy B. He may be a fag ass, but we're in a relationship and I need to respect him. I just said a really bad word. I will break up with him tomorrow and we can do sex." Cream collected her things together. "I think I am ready for the test tomorrow." "Thanks, Tails." "Oh, man," said Tails. Tails put his scrotum away and was sad about not getting to ejaculate his dick. That's what it says. "Okay, as long as you promise me your sex." "I promise," said Cream, and then Cream kissed Tails on the cheek. Tails thought it was cool and flew back home. We got really close to another sex scene, baby. we got a couple of erections. Here, hold on. Erections. We got a couple of erections, okay? That's all that matters. That's how the author spells erection, by the way. FYI. Alright. That's what I like. Beautiful writing. It's so hard to read sometimes. Whenever I start out for the night, my throat I always need to like cough out the phlegm, as gross as that sounds. Alright. Let's keep it rolling. Chapter 12, the most important drama. It was a new day, and Sonic woke up from out of his bed and scratched his balls. He could feel the rash on his balls, and it was getting worse than before. "A sickness still ravages my balls," said Sonic as he wrote in his journal that he now had back from Tails when he took it from school after Sonic had given it away to Miss Lesson. Sonic was done complaining about his balls and went to school. In history class, he talked to Amy. "Hey, Amy," said Sonic to Amy. "Hi, Sonic," said Amy and kissed him hotly like a girlfriend. "What is up?" said Sonic. "It is awful. I have very bad news," said Amy to Sonic. "Well, that stinks. Do you want to have sex?" Well, okay. I thought he was supposed to be cool. Why is he crumbling? "No, thank you. Everything is so busy right now," said Amy to Sonic. "My bad news is that I have to go see the play tonight for a class." "Wow, that is unfair," said Sonic to Emu. "Even the principal says that play is super gay, but I guess you have to go. Sorry, the school play was so gay." "I wanted to know if you would come with me," said Amy in ways to Sonic that sounded like she was trying to be attractive. "The play would be much better with someone else there." "This is the real bad news. I do not want to go near the play, but I will go so we can have sex later," said Sonic back to Amy. Amy kissed Sonic, and so did Sonic to Amy, and they made such a cute hot couple. Then Sonic and Amy had the rest of the class, and Sonic went to another class thinking about how much it was going to suck that he has to go to the play tonight. The play was just a bunch of people doing gay things and music, like a car full of losers. That's what it says. Sonic was now in a different class where Rouge and Shadow was also in the class. Rouge was with Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. like always now. "Hey guys," said Sonic to them. "Hey Sonic," said them to Sonic together at the same time to save time. "What is new?" said Sonic. "Chomby has been acting really weird and different lately," said Shadow in a dark way, which is like him. "He is probably nervous for the play," said Rouge suggestively. "I wouldn't make any assumptions, but we should keep an eye on him to make sure he is okay," said Knuckles Jr. Knuckles Jr. turned out to be a really cool baby. "I foresee something strange in the play tonight," said Knuckles Jr. "The play is gay," said everyone together, agreeing. Everyone knew it. "How are you and Tails doing?" said Shadow to Sonic. "Tails still hates my body both inside and outside," said Sonic with almost tears in his eyes. But he was too big and a man for that. "It is so hard to be best friends with someone who hates you and does not want to be talked to. And does not want to be talked to you." I know how you say it, said Shadow. A lot of people hate me because I am dark, said Shadow, but I am not trying to be a supervillain. It is just who I am. Shadow squinted his eyes at the people around him in a way that is hard to describe and kept going. I do crimes in the city, but I am not a bad person. You can do bad things, and mistakes, and sometimes still be a good person. And people should still like you for it, unless you're really a bad person, like Eggman, who was a shit dick. Maybe one day people will see I'm a good person, even if dark. I mean, you could just sense the racism slowly seeping into the story as we go along, can't you? You can just see it. You can sense the racism in the story. Sonic listened to what Shadow said so powerfully that it was like Sonic wrote down everything on a piece of paper and put it in a special folder and put that folder in a safe place so he could always go back to read it. God, this sentence is so bad. Then Sonic itched at his balls. His balls were a wreck. That class ended and the rest of school did too, and Sonic went home thinking about his balls were like two blimps covered in volcanoes that could fit on the blimps and itched as well. When Sonic got home to his when Sonic got home to his home, Sonic's mom walked up to him and said, "Sonic, I want to clean your room and saw you wrote about your gay ball problems. I'm worried about your balls and fear it could be a mortal illness, so I made a doctor's appointment with a Z. I don't know why, but first we will have dinner. I got more Chinese food because I know how much you liked it last time." Oh my god. "Don't read my journal, Mom!" screamed Sonic. Then Sonic went and ate food just like last time. Would you know it? There was a fortune cookie. And Sonic opened it and ate the cocky part. And kept the paper inside to read the magical fortune on the paper. He looked at the paper and read it and said, "One man's pubic illness will cause the death of millions." uh, oh shit. What's up, Em? How you doing? Oh my god, you tuned into the wrong fucking story. This is Sonic High School. This is Sonic High School. Welcome. Welcome. Trigger warnings in case you haven't heard it. I think a 4-year-old wrote it. One man. The fortune cookie said one man's pubic illness will cause the death of millions. Some people did not believe what fortune cookie said, but Sonic knew they were magic and were always right, so he was a little worried and wondered what it can mean. Then Sonic went to the doctor. The doctor took out some papers and looked at them. "Hello, Sonic. It has been a while since I saw you last. Sonic's mom tells me you are having a problem with your balls. I am going to do some tests on you, but first I'm going to look at your papers. I see from looking at your papers with your balls and penis are the biggest in your high school. Good job, Sonic. Good job. Good job having big ball and penis." Sonic, the doctor said. Sonic appreciated the truth and nodded his head and smiled. It was okay to talk about your penis and balls with the doctor because that is what they do, even if it automatically makes them gay. The doctor made a lot of money, so being gay was worth it. Then, the doctor started doing tests. Sonic passed all of them awesomely, even the doctor was surprised at how Sonic was the best at everything, except being smart, which Tails was the best at, but Sonic was pretty good at it too. Then, they got to the last test, which was about Sonic's balls. The doctor took out a test tube and filled it with pieces from Sonic's balls, and he tested them with machines. The machines printed out reports about it, and then the doctor took them and looked at them with his very, very Chinese eyes. This kid is so racist, man. This kid is such a racist. "This looks bad," said the doctor, looking at the reports that the machines printed out about Sonic's balls. "It looks like you have a big disease." "Uh-oh, what do I do?" said Sonic to the doctor, really worried about the welfare of his balls. "I do not know. This is a legendary disease that only comes around once every 1 million years. No one has ever found a cure to this disease, and what it can do is very bad. The disease will go from your balls to your penis, and then up to your brain, and it can kill you eventually. There are other things that it does probably, but I do not know because it's so rare, and you will just have to call me up and tell me about what it does and when you find out. All I can, all I can tell you right now, Sonic, is to keep your balls away from everyone you know. Do not touch them to other people because it will spread and they will die, and it will spread more, and the whole world may be at stake here. STEAK. The whole world may be at stake here. Please be safe." said the doctor in a calm way, but also scared because he was so serious. No, but I have to have my first sex with Amy. We were going to do it at the play, which I'm going to go straight from here, said Sonic, crying, sad and mad and afraid of things. Balls are an important part of sex. Sonic was always so healthy and the fastest person ever, but some things just cannot be stopped, like this ball disease. Too bad, said the doctor. If you do that, it would be awful, and the first person to die would be Amy. You should not want your girlfriend to die. The doctor was right, but Sonic was still worried about it. Okay, well, I have to go to this play now, said Sonic, and ran out with the most nervous feelings that Sonic has ever had. Sonic thought about it, and it was the most important high school drama. What is more important, health or love? Good chapter. Really racist. Really racist. Unnecessary racism. Unnecessary racism. I thought we were having a good time. Hold on. I'm gonna blow my nose. So sorry. I'm so sorry. A 4-year-old wrote it, okay? We understand how we all were when we were 4 years old. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? It's really bad. It's really bad. If it's the first time you've ever heard it, it's really bad. It's funny when you get past all the other shit. You just had Chinese food? Oh, you and Sonic are alike. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. This next chapter is called Picking Up Silver. Oh god, okay, I remember this chapter. Okay, fuck. Give me a sec. A cool car raced through the city streets. Brrr, said the cars and went down the big street with lots of other cars in it. The city was filled with buildings with lights and other things like places, like McDonald's. Comma. What? It has quotation marks around a comma. Shouted the cars and went back and forth, going in between other cars so it did not have to wait in traffic. The car was playing techno and rock and roll. Techno is short for technology. Reek! Yelled the car, doing a big turn in the city intro section. Location update on the Ultra Chaos Emerald, said the driver of the car. The car screen blinked to different things and then in a robot voice said, beep beep, Ultra Chaos Emerald getting closer. Shadow looked at the map screen and drove faster towards the red dot. That was where the last Ultra Chaos Emerald was. Beep beep beep, said the car in a robot voice as Shadow got closer to the dot while driving his car. It was just around the corner now. Shadow did another fast turn at this into section, and right to where the red dot in the map was. Beep, 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 screamed the car in a robot voice as its car dot and the Ultra Chaos Emerald dot on the map moved into each other. And in the real world, Shadow pulled up to the curb and there was a couple of gang men. Thanks, Omega, said Shadow as he hopped out of the car, which was black and red, and onto the dark city street. He looked at the black standing... So racist. God! He just sneaks it in. He's so sly. He looked at the blacks standing there, and they looked dangerous. So racist. But Shadow knew they had the Ultra Chaos Emerald. Shadow took out a gun and pointed at them and said, "Give me the last Ultra Chaos Emerald!" And they looked surprised and startled. They checked their pockets, and while they were doing that, the gun became used. And Shadow shot all three of them. They were now dead. Shadow reached into the middle one's pocket and found what they had come for, the last Ultra Chaos Emerald. They were like the regular Chaos Emeralds, but more powerful and a secret until they were found out. Shadow hopped back into his car, brackets Omega the robot car, and said, "I got it. Now I can get one wish to come true. I'm gonna think about what I will use it on before I use it." Shadow looked at the map and then said, "Get me directions to Hamburger Restaurant." Omega changed some screens and said in a robot voice, "Beep, boop, bop. Hamburger Restaurant location found. It is over here." And Shadow looked at where the dot was. It was right nearby, so Shadow drove there with more loud sounds. Shadow went to the drive-thru and got a hamburger and fries and sat in the parking lot in Omega and ate it. "This is great. I love this place. It is always the place I love to come after I finish a crime," said Shadow darkly. Omega did not need food because he was a robot shaped into a car. Shadow finished eating and threw the garbage into Omega's trash hole, where he turned litter into gasoline, which was useful. Then Shadow took his penis out. Here we go. Hey, Omega, check this out, said Shadow, laughing as he took his big, neat, hard penis and stuck it in Omega's trash hole. Error. Unrecognized item in trash hole. Error, said Omega. Well, that's my penis, man, said Shadow to Omega. Penis not trash. Not allowed in trash hole, said Omega to Shadow. Shadow couldn't fit all of his big, strong penis into Omega's trash hole anyway, so he took it out and gave Omega a taste of his balls, too. Omega did not recognize Shadow's balls as trash either, which was good. And then Shadow put his balls back and started to drive off with his hand still on his penis. Where is Silver's house? Said Shadow to Omega while he rubbed really quick and hard on his penis with one hand while his other hand was driving. Omega updated his map and showed where Silver's house was, on the other side of the Dark City. Shadow kept empowering his penis with his one hand, and he drove faster and more dangerously. Soon, his penis was so big he could hardly see in front of him anymore, and he was zigzagging across the city street to keep both his penis and his car under control. Then, he put both his hands on his penis and made it do all sorts of things until it was done, and his penis redecorated the inside of Omega with white curtains. Just so you know, that's my semen, said Shadow to Omega. Omega knew that already. Shadow put both of his hands back on his steering wheel and drove faster. But suddenly, some loud sounds and flashing lights came up behind him. Whack, 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 the police is following you, said Omega. Shadow decided to follow the laws and stopped his car in the street and waited for the police to come over to him. Shadow's penis was still big, though, so he tucked it under his leg on the right, and it stuck up in the middle of Omega the car, and Shadow put his hand on it. The police came over to the front window in Omega and looked at Shadow inside. Cool vehicle, said the police. Thanks, said Shadow to the police back. Okay. Do you know that you are breaking the law by going that fast and back and forth on the street? Said the police to Shadow, sounding more like Miss Lesson than a real person. Yeah, I do, said Shadow as he patted his hand on his penis in the middle of the front of the car. Sir, please take your hand off the gear stick in the middle of the car right now, said the police to Shadow. Shadow looked at the police and laughed and said, That's not the gear stick, that's my penis! And drove off before the police could say anything or really even react at all. You have broken another law, said Omega to Shadow. Shadow laughed because he could see the police car far behind him giving up and going to look for an easier criminal. Now, said Shadow, let's go to Silva's house. Shadow drove the car fast to Silver's house on the other side of the city, and when he got there, he braked the car so hard that the sound it made was like hearing the world's largest bird get punched in his tummy. That's what it says. Shadow honked the horn, and when he finished honking the horn, Silver jumped out of the window and onto the street and into the side seat of Omega. How do I do Silver's voice? Isn't he a bad guy too? Hey, Shadow, thanks for the ride, said Silver. Cool curtains you put up. Shadow laughed and said, No problem. Now, if I do not hurry up by driving you fast, you will be late for the play. Silver said, Do not worry, we will get there in time. Silver was another big role in the play, but he was not a huge gay like Charmy Bee. Silver was kind of like Sonic, but less fast. Sonic also had the best morals, but maybe Silver dressed better, but that was kind of gay too. Silver did have this big hair thing on the front that looked like a marijuana, though. So maybe Sonic was better at being stylish anyway. It is hard to tell because Silver lived in the city, which was kind of far away from high school. Shadow stepped on the gases, and the car went away through the city and into the moonlight and towards out of the city to high school. That's what it says. Alright, tell this story. What? Folks, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's all I can say. I can tell you this, I did not write this, nor do I condone anything that I am reading here. Showboy, what story is this? What story is this? Before I move on, you're gonna have to tell me. Showboy says, for the YouTube, someone did that when I was in the car IRL. Someone came in your car? By the way, it said Silver's car, or Silver had a hair thing that looked like marijuana. And marijuana is spelled Marrowanna. Like marijuana. I'm mostly joking, but we had like 7 people in a small car. Did someone jack off? And this girl was sitting in the middle of the front seat. Oh no. Oh no. High school was crazy, man. High school was fucking nuts. I feel like the chapters have been longer. And this girl was sitting in the middle of the front seat, and he was a really awkward guy, and he was like, "Sorry, I can't help but touch your butt." Wait, the driver said that? Why? How did he touch it? She was sitting down. How did he touch it? Did he like reach in? Like reach under? What did the girl do? Yeah, because he was driving stick shift. What? What did the girl do? Did she like take it? We just laughed. Dude, there was this girl named Haley who I just recently saw at some bars, but I went to high school with her. Um, and she had these huge boobs, huge boobs. But she was always this very pleasant girl, and everyone talked about how big her boobs were. I was walking her home one time, and I forgot what happened. We were like playing with rubber bands one time or something like that. And I tried to get like the rubber band away from her. And I swear to God, I knocked her boobies together so hard on accident. It was 100% an accident. I did not do this on purpose. But like it, you know, and, and I just saw them like bump together. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry for knocking your boobs." And she said, "Oh, it's okay." And she smiled and she was so sweet about it. That's as far as I ever got. But like I told everyone at school the next day. I told everyone at school the next day. It was so cool. It was so cool. It was totally an accident. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. That was so cool. I was like, I totally touched Haley's boobs on accident. Dude, she's a beautiful girl. She still is. I saw her at a bar and oh my god, she was absolutely hammered. And she was like, "Terps," and she kept kissing me on the cheek over and over. And it was kind of weird. Like she kept like kissing me on the cheek over and over, and she was like, "Let's take pictures." And then like I'd hold her phone out, and she would like be kissing me on the cheek and stuff. Like she was just hammered drunk. It was kind of awkward. So I like found like the friend group that she was with, and I kind of dropped her off. And I was like, "All right, as long as she's safe, we're good." What's up, Wyatt? How you doing? You took her to Pound Town? No, no. I've never gotten anywhere with her. Nope, nope. How you doing, dude? I'm about to read some more Sonic High School. You came at just the right time. Chapter 14, The Play. Sonic and Amy got to high school and went to the play, which was at the school. When they got to the auditorium, they were not expecting to be surprised, but they were, because the auditorium was actually full of men and women idiots waiting to see the play. Cool young people such as high school students did not come to see the play unless they had to. The place was so full that Sonic and Amy had to sit in bad seats, surrounded by strangers that could have been dirty or usually did crime. Sonic looked around and saw Rouge and Knuckles Jr., who was a baby, sitting really by the door out. That's what it says. Tails and Cream all the way on the other side, which is where they probably would have sat anyway, because Tails hated Sonic to the sky. Sonic also saw Shadow standing around places, but he did not get in a seat because he was too bad for that. "We are at the play now," said Amy to Sonic, even though she was surrounded by people who were neither of them. "I wonder when it would begin." "It is going to start soon," said Sonic back to Emu. "What I am wondering is not that, but it is if Charmy is going to mess up big time, because he has been acting weird all week. I bet you he will." Sonic laughed about this because it did not really matter to him, but it did to Charmy. The play they were doing was the Christmas story, even though it was not Christmas time, but they thought it was a good idea to do it anyway. In the play, Silver played Joseph, who was Jesus' dad. Charmy played Mary because even though he was not a girl, everyone thought he was a girl anyway. Baby version Jesus was going to be played by Knuckles, who was fitted for the new role because now he was a baby. Sonic and Amy sat patiently in the seats they were in, even though Sonic couldn't have been out running around. Sonic waited by rubbing Amy's leg and seeing how close he could get his hand to her vagina. This is what it says. Sonic waited by rubbing Amy's leg and seeing how close he could get his hand to her vagina before she rubbed him off. That's what it says. Sonic determined that Amy was primed and ready for sex because her vagina felt hard and loose, as far as he could tell, when he could get close to it with his hand before the play began. He almost forgot totally that he had a deadly ball disease. The play eventually started, and it was just as gay as everyone thought it would be. There was singing and songs, but otherwise it was just like the Christmas story always was. Mary got a letter from an angel saying she was going to have a baby, but she did not want to have the baby at home because the king would not let the babies vote. So Mary and Joseph rode bikes all the way from London to Jerusalem. What? What? What is this story? When they got to there, when they got to go, when they got to there, that's what it says, the hospital was full, so they went to a barn and had the baby in there, and it turned out to be the legendary hero, Jesus. Through the whole play, Silver did a really good job, and Charmy did an okay job, but everyone sure believed he was a woman because his voice was so high and girls. Then they got to the ending where Mary was to have her baby out. Mary flipped on to her front and Joseph pulled Jesus out of her butt, which totally looked fake. Sonic could tell, even with special effects, that it was fake. Joseph held Jesus up to show God, and then gave him to Mary, who was actually Charmy. Charmy looked at Jesus, brackets, Knuckles, really close and then reached into his clothing with the hand that was not holding him and pulled out a knife. What? What? Time to get mad, said Charmy as he started to kill Knuckles. Just as he began to do this, Silver bodily flew into them and knocked Knuckles up and away from Charmy. Oh my god, what is happening? Said Amy, who was startled hard. Charmy is trying to kill Knuckles, obviously, said Sonic. It was true, and people started yelling and screaming. That's what it says. Just then, a gunshot came from the back of the audience. Shadow pulled out his gun from his spot and aimed it at Charmy B from the back of the audience. Shadow fired his gun and the bullet hit his head, and he must have been wearing a gun-proof helmet, because the bullet from the gun went off his head and up into the ceiling, where it hit a light and the light fell down along with other things. Something from the ceiling fell into the back of the stage where the props were, and one of the props was a bomb, and they used for some things. The prop was a real bomb, though, and when the first thing hit it, the bomb exploded. Ah! The bomb exploded with a huge explosion, like a bunch of horses made of fire running through the place. Suddenly, people did not really care about the play anymore because the place was full of fire and could kill you. Rouge and Knuckles Jr. already got out quick right away because they were right by the door. Sonic looked and saw Amy next to him, who was almost unconscious because all of the fire and smoke and shocking things. Sonic picked her up and ran out of the auditorium with his fast speed. Sonic found Rouge and Knuckles Jr. outside in the hallway where it was safe. Are you okay? Said Rouge. Knuckles Jr. predicted that this would happen, so we sat by the door so we could get out easy. Yes, we are okay, said Sonic. Amy is going into a shock attack, but it is nothing she will not get over. Sonic looked around and saw people running out, but there was a lot of other people still stuck in the auditorium, and some of them were fainted. People were leaving and not helping the other people get out, but the lunch lady who had ears, but was deaf, was running into the auditorium and carrying women and children back out. The lunch lady lived in Mongolia by herself as a child, and became very strong from carrying trees back from the frozen forest to the villages that she traveled between, so now she could carry stacks of people. Since she was deaf, all of the noises that the fire was making did not bother her, because she could not hear it. Sonic saw the lunch lady bring out cream, but Tails was not being brought out because he was not a woman or a child, Sonic thought. Damn, he is still my friend! Sonic swallowed his scary feelings and ran into the burning auditorium to Tails, who was passed out in the front. Sonic picked Tails up and ran and brought his body outside to the hallway and began doing CPR on his body. Sonic thought this will look gay, but it did not matter because Tails was still his friend. Sonic pushed his body and started kissing him to give him life again. Sonic kept kissing, and Amy and Rouge and Knuckles Jr. watched him as he kissed Tails' face, but Tails was not waking up. Sonic, said Shadow on the side. Charmy escaped and is running through the school like a murderer now. Stop CPR kissing Tails. You'll have to help us catch him. Then Silver gave Knuckles to Rouge and said, He is safe now, but he needs to sleep. Rouge was so happy she could have kissed him, but did not. Sonic looked and said, Amy, finish doing CPR on Tails. I will let you do this and not get jealous. Sonic kissed her mouth and felt one of her boobs and ran off with Shadow and Silver to go catch the guy who was trying to kill Baby Knuckles that was now running around the school and could endanger them all. Chapter 15. Sorry. I'm shitting my pants because I just worked out for the first time in 3 months. Well, good. Good. I have Sonic and the Black Knight for my Wii. What is that? What is that? I've never heard of that game. I've never heard of half of these characters, and I've played all the Sonic games. Charmy B, I've never fucking heard of him. Silver, never fucking heard of him. Basically, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Rouge, and Shadow. Those are the characters I've heard of. God, the chapters are getting longer. Alright, here we go. Chapter 15. Killer on the Loose. L-O-O-C-E. Loose. Author's note. I wrote this chapter on a train! Good for fucking you! Author's second note. I fixed a typo. Shadow and Silver ran. The stream's not loading, so I'm gonna go oh, damn, dude. Damn, I'm sorry. Well, I'll be up when you reset it. Hopefully you can watch it. Shadow and Silver ran ahead into the school, but Sonic stopped to go to the bathroom, and he took an enormous, bad-smelling poop. Sonic knew he must be very emotional, because his poop was so big that when he tried to flush the toilet, the big poop log just folded in half and clogged the toilet easily while looking like part of a really fat pretzel that you would get at the mall, not like the little ones in bags from the supermarket. That's the metaphor that it used. Sonic just said, "Forget it," and ran out of the new, now very stinky bathroom and after Charmy B. Sonic passed Shadow and Silver, who went in different hallways and going different ways, but he did not pass them at the same time because they were in different hallways, and because even though Sonic was very fast, he could not actually be in two different places at the same time. Sonic went one way, and Shadow went the other way, and Silver went another way, and it kept happening. One room that Sonic looked in was the art room. It made Sonic member having art class with Charmy B. Charmy could not control his gay urges, like everyone else, and use all the colors in every picture, where like Sonic just used blue, and Amy just used pink, and other people were also normal like that. Sonic thought about how this was, and that it was still surprising that Charmy could do something like this. Shadow went into a room, among other rooms, that was the car fixing room. Shadow remembered about how he had car fixing with class with Charmy, and how Charmy was really terrible at fixing cars, because it was not in him to do something that was like a man would do. Shadow thought it was weird how Charmy could do something that was so manly like killing. And one room that Silver ran into was the gym room, where Silver one time had gym class with Charmy B. He remembered how Charmy was positively the worst at sports and being an athlete. So it made him wonder why Charmy could do something that was actually Wait, hold on. Yeah. That was actually doing something, like killing. Sonic and Shadow ran around and around, and eventually they just got tired and could not find Charmy at all. Charmy was trying to be a murderer, but they were just tired of looking for him. So they sat down in chairs and didn't do anything else now. Back in the front of school, Amy decided that she needed to go to the bathroom. Rouge went with her because she had to go too. And Cream stayed with Knuckles, and Knuckles Jr. and Tails, who was still trying to become awake. Most people had left the school by now, but there were still some waiting to get into the woman's bathroom. But Amy and Rouge did not feel like waiting in line, so they just went into the men's bathroom, where normally it was that the people inside were men. Amy and Rouge were not men, so this was against the rules. As soon as Amy opened the door, a superpowered smell hit her in the face. It pushed her right in the nose because it was Sonic's poop smell. "Oh my god!" screamed Rouge. "What is that smell?" "I have had this smell a million times before," said Amy to Rouge, who could say this because she was Sonic's girlfriend, meaning that she has been around Sonic pooping. "This smell is Sonic's poop." Amy and Rouge went into the bathroom anyway because you can never get a break when it comes to going to the bathroom, no matter what. You will always end up going even if you try all to not to all night. That's what it says. They were holding their hands above their noses, and then Amy opened up a stall door, and inside what was a shocking thing to see, and she saw it anyway. It was Charmy B. Ah! Ah! It's you! Screamed Amy in a scared and shocked way. You're a murderer! Not yet, said Charmy, but now I will start to be by killing you! Charmy jumped up at her from inside the stall and into Amy, and they fell back. And Charmy was on top and holding a knife and was about to cut Amy apart when Rouge came over and kicked Charmy, and he flew over off her body and over to the wall by rolling. Ah! Take this, said Rouge, and she flapped her bat wings at Charmy to push all of the horrible poop hair at him. It all went to him. But then Charmy got up and ran right at Amy with his knife and cut her on the legs, because he is short, and then jumped back. Ow! Said Amy. I'm dying! Amy fell backwards and got dizzy. No! Stay with me! Said Rouge. Use your special move while you can! Amy knew what Rouge was talking about, so Amy used her special attack. Amy shouted, Girl blood! And opened her legs. And a stream of blood shot at Charmy. Since Amy was so good at being nice and caring, which is using her heart, Amy was able to speed up her heart so fast that her blood pumped out of the wound on her legs like a super soaker filled up by vampires. The blood hit Charmy in the face and body and all over, and it was steaming and burning him, but he looked like he didn't care. Amy looked shocked and yelled, How can you be so invincible? Then Rouge said, I bet you can't handle my special attack, Romance Bite! Rouge flew with her bat wings and went over to Charmy and bit him right in the neck, using her fangs, and tried to make him fall in love with her, but it didn't work. It is not working, cried Amy. He must have superpowers. He is going to kill us for sure. Amy and Rouge tried to get away from Charmy, but he kept blocking them and coming at them with the knife. They were finally trapped in the corner, holding onto each other with their best in-show boobies, pressing up against each other and looking like the sexiest Legos ever. That's what it says. Then, all of a sudden, Tails came into the bathroom and threw a piece of electronics at Charmy. Charmy looked up at Tails and said, But you are supposed to buzzed, and then died right there. Tails went over to Amy and Rouge and definitely stopped for a second to check out their boobs without them knowing. But then stopped and said, You are safe now. That was not Charmy, it was a robot. A robot? How did you know? Said Amy. Tails, being the smartest, thought it was a question for idiots, but said, I knew as soon as Charmy was not being hurt by Sonic's poop stink. I was watching from the door. Normally Charmy would have complained and passed out from smelling that, but he did not. So I knew. As soon as that happened, I ran and went and got the robot killer device for my electronics. Wow, thanks, said Amy and kissed Tails on the cheek for a reward. Really, Tails? You saved us, said Rouge and kissed Tails on the other cheek. This shows you that you can be cool by being smart. Brackets, except if you are a nerd ass. Tails and Amy and Rouge walked out of the bathroom and back to where Cream and Knuckles Jr. were. And soon Sonic and Shadow and Silver came back and they were all back together. The lunch lady was the only other person still there, and she saw how tired they looked, so she made all of them a bunch of chaos meat sandwiches, and they all ate it until their tummies were gonna burst. All the time they were eating, though, Sonic thought, but then, where is Charmy? And where is the guy who made the robot? And so many other things. High school drama is just so crazy to be a part of. ... Chapter 16. What's up, Banana? You think you phased out of existence yesterday. What movie were you inside? Banana, if you haven't heard the story before, you'll love it. I'm gonna blow my nose. I have heard this smell a million times before, shaboy. That was so funny. So stupid. Alright, sorry. Alright. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep the train going. You were in the 40-year-old version, were you? Which character were you? Were you Steve Carell? I don't know who that actress was, but she looks just like Jennifer Aniston. I know it wasn't her, but she looks just like her. You were Michael Scott, so you were Steve Carell. That means you were the 40-year-old version. This is a long one. All right. Chapter 16, Responsibilities. It was now a new day of school now, and Sonic went to it. Sonic took a peek at the auditorium where the bomb had gone off last night and it looked like they were fixing it, so that was good. Sonic went to his first class and his second class and all the other classes after that until lunch, which is what he was at now. Sonic went to his lunch table and was about to say, "Hey guys," but then he looked at his normal lunch table and he thought, "What has happened?" Tails was not here because he has been mad at Sonic. Knuckles was not here because he was now a baby with Rouge. Espio was not here because he was at the hospital after fighting with Knuckles before he became a baby. And Charmy was not here because he was still in a disappearing mystery. The only people that were there were Shadow and Vector. "Hey guys," said Sonic, "what is going on with high school?" "It sure is crazy," laughed Vector while he ate his yellow sandwich. "Has anything new happened today?" Didn't you hear?" said Shadow. "Espio is back out from the hospital. He would be here at lunch right now, but he is getting all of his work from his teachers." "That reminds me," said Vector. "Also, Knuckles is having trouble with his grades. Now that he has become a baby, he has not turned in any of his homework or tests, and he is going to fail high school and get kicked out if he doesn't do them." "Wow, well that's tough," said Sonic, and then all of a sudden the announcement speaker came on. "Attention, teenagers," said the announcement speaker. "Amy and Rouge have detention, I think, but it says detention. Amy and Rouge have detention for going in the boys' room last night after the play. Please go there immediately." "Oh no!" said Sonic so immediately. "Looks like they're gonna be in there for a long time," said Shadow. "There is no way I could become true boyfriend and girlfriend with Amy if she is trapped in detention by having sex," said Sonic. Sonic was so upset now. Then the announcement speaker came on again. "Attention, teenagers. Sonic, please come to the office," said the speaker. "Uh-oh, it looks like you're in trouble too," said Vector. Vector was always making people mad. He was definitely an asshole to be around. Sonic got embarrassed like when Miss Lesson read about his balls problems, and he ran out of the lunchroom and through the halls with his head down, not looking or talking to anyone, and went to the office. "Hello," said Sonic to the office. "What do you want?" "Here, this is for you," said the school worker who had long hair and a star tattoo with an outline on her face. I guess she's Mike Tyson. "Rouge left it for you before going into detention." Sonic went over to the desk she was at and looking at it and pointing to, and found what she was talking about, which was Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. with a note attached to them and said, "Please take care of us while Rouge and Espio are not around." Sonic was so surprised. He had never taken care of a baby before, forget two, especially when one of them was his friend after becoming a baby. "Thanks for coming so quickly," said Knuckles Jr. "I was getting hungry." Knuckles Jr. was red. It's what it says. Sonic picked up Knuckles and Knuckles Jr., put them in his backpack, and went to the rest of his classes, and then went home. Sonic got home and opened his backpack and took Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. out and put them on his bed. "Welcome to my room," said Sonic. "Don't check out the pornos on my desk if you don't want to see them. You are both only babies." Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. laughed and ate food that Sonic brought up for them after they left. "Hey, Sonic," said Knuckles, "you gotta help me out with my homework. It's very hard to write as a baby." So then Sonic helped Knuckles learn to write and finish doing his homework as a baby. Knuckles probably did a lot of things wrong, but Sonic did not care because homework was so boring. Then Sonic went to mow the lawn, which made his balls itch extra. And then he went back upstairs, but stopped on the stairs to put some soothing poultices on his balls. I don't know what that means. "So, what do you guys do for fun?" Okay, this is disturbing. This is disturbing. "So, what do you guys do for fun?" said Sonic to Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. "Well," said Knuckles, "can we tell you and you promise you will not tell anyone?" "Don't worry," said Knuckles Jr. to Knuckles. "I can tell you will not tell anyone." "Okay," said Knuckles to Sonic. "When we are alone and not being held by Rouge, we like to practice kissing on each other. It is technically okay because I am Knuckles Jr. dad, and a dad is allowed to kiss his baby." "Cool," said Sonic. "Show me." So Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. got up very close to each other and kissed each other in a really good way. Mind you, these are two babies. It was okay because they are father and son, and also both brothers, and that is allowed everywhere, and it is not illegal, even if they are both babies now. The two of them kissing looked like two big, not sexual caterpillars pushing themselves together. It was not a sexual kiss, but it was a big gold metal kiss anyway. Wow! I can tell you are both going to be romance experts when you grow up, said Sonic. I would ask you for tips, but it would probably be against the law. Sonic asked them to kiss one more time, and they did. But Sonic videotaped it this time. Oh my god. Sonic videotaped it this time so that he would know how to kiss Amy even better but next time they kissed. Which would be when she gets out of detention. So Sonic has child porn now. Then, they all had a root beer and talked about which girls are the hottest. So, which girl do you think is the hottest? Said Sonic to Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. I know I know my answer. It is Amy. Amy was Sonic's girlfriend, so this was very good of him to say. It proves that he should be able to have sex with her. That's what it says. I don't know why that proves it. No way, said Knuckles. Just then, Sonic wanted to slug that little fag bitch in the mouth for saying ugly about his girlfriend, but didn't. The hottest girl is Rouge. None of them could not say that Rouge was not attractive because she had the absolute biggest boobies in the tri-state area. My opinion is different, said Knuckles Jr. I think the hottest girl is Chami. They all laughed so hard because Chami was so much like a girl, except not hot. Everyone knew that laughing was good for them, even if Charmy was kidnapped or dead, and that it made them feel healthy. Knuckles Jr. was definitely the coolest baby because everyone could get along with him, and he could do good jokes also. Then, they all got out of their clothes and into bedtime clothes and went to sleep. Sonic was sleeping just fine and normally until there was a whisper at the edge of his face. Sonic! 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 Said the whisper. Sonic! 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 Sonic opened his eyes and saw the person whispering to him, and who he saw was right there, which was Knuckles Jr. What is it, Knuckles Jr.? Said Sonic to Knuckles Jr. I was sleeping until you whispered my name to me in my ear. I had a vision, said Knuckles Jr. I know who the real Killer Man is, and I know where Chami is. Ooh, cliffhanger. This next chapter is the worst chapter ever. This next chapter is the worst chapter in the whole story. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Prepare yourselves, okay? Prepare yourselves. We're gonna go out with a bang. I have to like mentally prepare myself for this. Sonic has a high school named after himself? Yes. Yes, he does. Sonic also has Sonic Instant Messenger and Sonic iPhone. Sonic's got a lot of shit named after him. Is the Nintendo E3 tomorrow or is it the next day? I forgot. I forgot. Alright, so this is the worst chapter in the story. So, buckle up. I don't remember it that well, but I just took a quick glance at it, and I know which one it is, so. Oh, God. Oh, God. Here we go. Chapter 17, Breaking In. Author's Note. If you have any comments or compliments or questions or suggestions, please leave a review or comment. I really like getting them, and it makes me want to write more. I could probably write a whole Wikipedia about everything in this series so far. Please do not. Ass! This window will not open, not even a little, said Sonic as he tried pushing the window of the house where Charmy B was in Knuckles Jr. vision. Sonic even put his back up against the wall and tried using the top of his hand to push up on it. But it would just not move because it was such a big and heavy closed window. It looks like you are having a hard time, said Knuckles Jr. You weak pussy. I love that line. It's a baby. Knuckles Jr. laughed because he was kidding, but Sonic did not think it was funny and gave him a look that was like he just took the pickles off Sonic's hamburger that he specifically asked for pickles on. In addition, Sonic really liked pickles. That's what it says. We need help, but I do not want to bring someone else into this problem, said Knuckles to Knuckles Jr., thinking. Sonic thought about who is strong. He thought of some people like Knuckles, but then remembered that he is now a baby and hence thus not a strong guy. And Tails, who was not strong but probably had some strong robots. And Espio, who was probably about the same strongness as Sonic, but Sonic did not want to ask him for help because that would be like saying, "You are stronger than me." And Sonic did not want to say that to Espio. He also thought of Big the Cat, who was in some retard classes at school, but he did not want to talk to him because it was always weird. There was only one person that Sonic could think of. "Come with me, Knuckles Jr.," Sonic said to Knuckles Jr. It was in the middle of the night, and Sonic and Knuckles Jr. went up to the door of a different house. "Ding dong," said the doorbell when Sonic pressed it. "Press it again," said Knuckles Jr. "Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong," said the doorbell again and again and again as Sonic pressed it. Sonic saw the lights flashing off and on inside the house every time he pressed it, and laughed because it was so annoying, and the person inside the house was probably just trying to sleep. But Sonic needed help, so too bad. Finally, the door opened and there was the lunch lady from high school, who was deaf. "What is it, children?" said the lunch lady. Since she was deaf when she talked, it sounded weird and kind of like Big the Cat, where you think she is retarded, but she actually is not. And it is just because she is deaf, so everything she says sounds totally wrong. It sounded more like "what it children" than normal language. Big the Cat was actually retarded though, so it was different. That's what it says, man. "We need your help. It's very important," said Sonic, and made a face like a beggar idiot to get her to say yes. "Okay, I will help you," said the lunch lady. Sonic and Knuckles Jr. were so excited that they high-fived right there because this was just what they needed to do what they wanted to do. Sonic and Knuckles Jr. and the lunch lady went back to the house where Charming was and went to the window that Sonic could not open. "Please open this window," said Sonic to the lunch lady. The lunch lady walked over to the window, and with just her pinky finger, she opened the window, like she was a walking elephant, picking up a piece of string because it was so easy. "Wow, thank you," said Sonic and Knuckles Jr. at the same time in the middle of the night. "No, that is not how you thank me. Here we go," said the lunch lady. When the lunch lady lived in Bangladesh, I thought it was Mongolia, but okay. When the lunch lady lived in Bangladesh as a young woman, she learned about the ancient tradition of sex thanking, and she explained it all to Sonic. "So you want me to give you sex with my mouth?" said Sonic to the lunch lady. "Yes, because it is ancient tradition. It is totally not slutty," said the lunch lady, who was also really tall. "Amy will forgive me for this," thought Sonic, underneath his hair, in his brain, not out loud. "She would know that I am doing this for a good reason, and we have not even done sex yet, so she cannot be mad at me. And even if she is, I would let her give sex to the lunch lady and I would not get mad, but then we would be even." Sonic winked and gave her a thumbs up, and then the lunch lady pulled her dress down and sat down on a tree stump and opened her legs. Sonic looked at the lunch lady's vagina, and it looked like a sideways piece of lasagna, in between two dogs walking down and away from it. Sonic thought her vagina was really attractive for a middle-aged lady, and put his head closer to it. Sonic had never done mouth sex before, but he had read about it online and maybe looked at some pictures and videos really quick, but then closed them before he would get in trouble with Mom. Breaking the fourth wall there, I think. Sonic tried to think about the videos to know what to do, but it turned out Sonic was quite the sex man. It all came naturally to him anyways. Sonic opened his mouth and chewed on the lunch lady's vagina, really hard like Pac-Man, running into the bottom of one of the ghosts non-stop. She was totally quiet while he did this, but she was beating on the ground and making huge holes like meteors, and even hit a tree nearby and it broke in half because she was so in love with Sonic's abilities. Sonic nibbled on her outer vagina, and it tasted like a birthday cake. His penis even popped up during this, like a meerkat. It His penis even popped out during this, like a meerkat looking out for its family on Meerkat Manor. He kept on going closer into her vagina and making sure to get every part of it on the way down. Like a window washer in New York City washing windows, but instead it was her vagina, so it was sexy. Sonic also kissed and sucked on her vagina, like he was trying to appreciate the secret sauce in the lunch lady's roast beef sandwich without opening the sandwich. Sonic even used his tongue and. Oh god, I remember this! Oh god! Oh, this is the worst line! Oh my god! Sonic even used his tongue and scooped eggs out of her vagina that were made during the female reproduction process. He kept going further into her vagina until he was able to fit his entire head in. It was really dark inside her vagina because there weren't any lights. But it was clearly where the sexiest parts of her were. It was spacious, like an empty factory from all the previous sex thanking people had done to her. Sonic was able to get them, brackets, sex spots, all using his mouth and nose and forehead, pleasing her and making her fall in love with him. He was rolling his head around in her vagina like he was doing a hula hoop on his neck. She was so impressed that Sonic thought she would email everyone in Bangladesh to tell him how good Sonic was at sex thanking later. Sonic decided it was time to finish doing this and shouted, "Yeah!" inside her vagina to make vibrations bounce off the walls of her vagina and hitting all of her sex spots at once. The lunch lady was so excited that she pulled the tree stump that she was sitting on out of the ground. She could do this because she was very strong and experienced with carrying trees. Sonic took his head out of her vagina and brushed the vagina crumbs. Oh, God. Vagina crumbs off his face and combed his hair. "You're welcome," laughed Sonic smoothly to the lunch lady and looked at Knuckles Jr., who was watching there. I mean, he does this in front of a child! And looked at Knuckles Jr., who was watching with big eyes but did not say anything. I mean, he's traumatized, clearly. The lunch lady put her clothes on and shook his hand and said that the people of Bangladesh would be very impressed with him, and that if he ever wanted to visit there, just to tell her, and she would buy plane tickets for him and all his friends. The lunch lady was really nice, even if she had weird ideas that she got from being in Asia when she was little. She went back home to go to sleep. Sonic and Knuckles Jr. went inside the open window. "He is in there! I know it!" said Knuckles Jr., who was pointing at a closet in the room that they were in, which was now inside the house, and it was a bedroom inside. Sonic and Knuckles tiptoed over to the closet and opened it up, and what they saw was surprising and shocking and scary. It was Charmy Bee's body! All dead and bloody and rotting and cut up into pieces. "Wow, he is completely dead," said Sonic, who was so shocked that he could not think about anything else. It was true, this time it really was Charmy, and he really was dead. "Oh my god, I am seeing so many shocking things for the first time today," said Knuckles Jr. This is not even the most surprising thing that Knuckles has seen in the last 30 seconds, is it? He just saw a high school student stick his entire head inside of the lunch lady at that high school's vagina. Sonic went down and picked up a piece of his body and saw bite marks in it. Sonic was about to say something, and then all of a sudden, this happened. "What are you doing, idiots?" shouted Vector. "How did you get in there?" "That window, bitch stick!" said Sonic as he felt a sudden rage build up inside him like the foam from cream soda going over the top of the glass when someone pours it like an idiot ass. "What is wrong with you? Why did you do this? Why are you the murderer?" "Ha ha! Let me show you how," said Vector as he ran at Sonic and Knuckles Jr., chomping his teeth in the style of an alligator. Oh my god. Mod me. No. No. No! Greener, tell me what just happened with Sonic and the Lunch Lady. Tell me what just happened. Describe to me. Describe to me what just happened exactly, specifically. And I'll mod you. That's what I thought. Holy shit. What a touching story. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 8 more chapters left. All right, I'm going to call it there. It's Sunday. I have a really busy week at work ahead, so I'll always let you guys know on the Twitter if I'm going to stream that night. So I appreciate everyone for watching. This was a good read. One more part to go and we're done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Have a great night, everyone. Peace.